Hello there. Welcome to the Jedi Playbook podcast. This is episode number 2 now. I have time, so I figured I would make another episode. If you are unfamiliar with what this whole situation here is, my name is Ron. I am a wine professional by day, but by night I am a comedian, classical pianist, and Jedi. I like to apply the philosophies and wisdom of Star Wars and the Jedi to my life, and I find that very helpful. I do feel the need to address this once again because this came up in a very recent post I did about healing with someone who took things a little bit too literally and didn't really understand what it is I'm going for with this whole project. Star Wars is fiction. We have to understand that, yes, it is fiction, but as I said in the previous episode, when you strip these concepts of their fiction, the philosophies are still universal truths. They are present in almost every single major religion and way of life since ancient times, going back far as far back as we could possibly know. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about is within the realm of Star Wars because it helps contextualize things. That's why, that's how spirituality was contextualized for me. I can understand the depths of things because of my knowledge and familiarity and love of Star Wars. So that's what I really want to convey. Do I think that I am a Jedi? No. Jedi is a term that is owned by Disney. It's the meaning and symbolism behind things. It's like if you really have to be a Star Wars fan. You really have to understand where it is I'm coming from because it's difficult to if you're not. This person who commented claimed to be a Star Wars fan, but I don't think they were seeing the same things that I was. And maybe it's just my own kind of insecurity at having a hater, I guess, if you could call it that. Just somebody who really is just completely over their head, doesn't get it, was ridiculing fellow, followers, right? People who follow the account and comment and engage members of what I am trying to foster as a community here. And so I don't like to tolerate that. I have restricted this individual's account. I will review their comments. I will, let them reply. I have let them reply and I've, shown the comments that they've replied. But if there is any more malice in them, then I'm going to have to restrict any accounts where, let's just say, we don't allow dark side energy on this account. Just don't be mean. I understand the need to integrate one's dark side, but Luke is never malicious. He's never unkind. In his dealings, right? I had a point to make about a lightsaber and I forgot. Oh, right. The meaning and symbolism of it. Anyone who looks at a lightsaber like a toy, not a toy, but you know what I mean, like a physical lightsaber made by a company these days. Like it's a tube with a light and it has a hilt and maybe you can take the blade off. But like anyone who sees a flashlight with a tube is missing the meaning and symbolism of what that lightsaber represents. It's like if you turn it on and you hear that sound and it illuminates the room. Yes, it's a glorified mag light with a tube at the end of it. I get it. That's not lost on me. It's about what it symbolizes. So that's what I'm trying to communicate here. There is a deeper meaning to all of these, and I hope that I hope more people can see that. Is basically what I wanted to, the point I'm getting across here. So, yeah, that's about it for the mythology of it. I do want to start going back to my older posts and kind of expand on some of the concepts that I've covered. I know last time I talked about the Arabic alphabet and how I don't really use the special characters that have more than one letter, like TH or AE, I think is another one. What I'm going for is a one-to-one for the English character, for the English letter, because that'll make it more universally easy to understand. And also, I feel like that's a more kind of traditional way. It's a simpler way of presenting the Arabic alphabet. And it seems more like it harkens back to an older time, a more civilized age, as it were. But yeah. So, yeah, the first post I made was the Jedi Code, so obviously we all know that. You just recite it. And then the second one was about the 3 pillars and the need for spirituality. So, I'm hoping this podcast will essentially serve as like a supplement to the Instagram account, in a way that if you listen to the podcast and you're familiar with the account, it'll kind of be like a guide, and it'll be a way to kind of interact more, and also hopefully it'll be a way for me to learn more, because I have actually learned quite a lot from a lot of the people who engage with this content. So thank you again. You have my gratitude. I am incredibly appreciative of all the support. Like, your engagement on these posts is incredibly meaningful, because first of all, it lets me know that I'm not just talking to myself. And second, it's good to know that like it actually resonates, because the comments I'm getting can only come from someone with whom it resonates, like on a deeper level, at least on some level. Right? Even if it's just, this account is fire, man. Like, yeah, that feels good to hear. And so thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. This is only 7 minutes, so for the next bit, I just want to read a few comments that stood out to me, because, again, I don't want to take it too terribly seriously. So when I posted on, let me find it. I posted this on 5 days ago. Why doesn't it tell me an actual date? What was 5 days ago? Today's April 26th, so 5 days ago. I took a screenshot of the little display from Return of the Jedi, and it seems to just be random Arabic characters, but I put, practice reading Arabic. I put the screen, and Hasty Mike, if you are listening to this, a comedic genius here, all right? Fantastic, because I was laughing out loud, and it was probably the most entertaining. It brightened my day. I just need to say this. I pinned this comment, but I said, can anyone who is better at this than I am translate what these characters are in the comments? And so he says, it says, "We have been trying to contact you about your space station's extended warranty." And I died a little. It was fantastic. So that is probably one of the most entertaining comments I've gotten so far. So thank you, Hasty Mike. And you can check that comment out. Give your like. It's got 67 likes. Like, I'm not used to like what usual engagement is, because this is the first account that's really kind of had any kind of true engagement. So, any amount is fantastic. So, again, I am humbled. I am grateful, and this account helps me. So if it can help even one other person, like I say, it would have all been worth it. And it's worth it anyway, because this is therapeutic for me. Star Wars is comforting. Let's see what else we've got here in the most recent posts. What did I want to address? Yeah. That spirituality is not necessarily for everyone, and that's who the people with whom some of this content may not resonate are not open to it. It works. You have to be open to the Force in order to feel it, right? You have to be Force sensitive. So the way I kind of view it, it's it's very much like wine tasting, and I'll talk about my life peripherally as it pertains to all this, but this is an appropriate context, I feel like, in which to mention this. So, wine taste and wine and your perception of wine, your taste in general, generally comes down to the concentration of your taste buds. If you're a super taster, if you have a very high sensitivity, right, you're able to detect a lot of flavors. Bitterness is very intense for you to put up with. You there's a physiological explanation for that. It's you have more taste buds. You actually are physically, you have more of an apparatus there. Your apparatus is more sensitive because you have more taste buds. That's how I view force sensitivity, but in a sense of your nervous system. So how sensitive your literal senses are, your nerves are, your all your five senses. Martial arts really train sensitivity physically. Being a sommelier or training in any kind of sensory analysis, like whether it's you're tasting, there are consortiums that have official judges and tasters of Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan cheese in Italy, balsamic vinegar, aceto balsamico tradizionale. There's like, that's a profession to be a taster and a judge of that. So you have to really know what you're doing. Your hearing, being a musician, like think about that. Being an artist and using your eyesight, like everyone trains different senses in their own way. Like nobody has all five senses that are like off the charts. It's very rare for that to happen. Those are superhumans, right? That is a true Jedi. But I feel like my hearing is pretty good. My eyesight, not that much. My taste, my palate, yes. My nose, no, because it feels like I'm always congested. Maybe it's allergies. I don't know, deviated septum. Who knows? And my hearing, just because of music. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have close to it. I can tell if something is out of tune. I can identify songs within one or two notes usually. I don't read music. Yeah, it's my biggest failing, but whatever. Like that, my piano teacher really pushed me to try and read music, and I didn't, and it's really tough for me. It just, my mind does not work that way. I can't correlate what I see on the page to notes I press on the keys. I play classical piano, but I do it mostly by ear, and then just the muscle memory of seeing which notes I need to press. So I have good aim, and I'm really good with my hands. Feet, not so much, which is why during my fencing training, the foot, training footwork was really important. But yeah, I'll talk more about martial arts and stuff if people want me to. Like I said, this is the context for me to bring parts of my life in, but still within the realm of the Jedi philosophy. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm having a whole lot of fun. I hope everybody else is. And at the very least, if you didn't learn something, hope you were entertained. Right? So, just remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him. Stretch out with your feelings. That's how you use the Force. So just, it's a call for me, mostly, to be more emotionally aware of what I'm feeling. Whether it's good or bad, and just appreciating the contrast. That's what I feel like I'm being called to do right now. Appreciate the contrast between, rough times and appreciate the silver linings where they are. So yeah, I wish you a very pleasant day, week, and endeavor. And I hope to talk to you all very, very soon. May the Force be with you.